Welcome to Alpaz, the first Ascension. Session 51. Savras, the god of divination and fate. Now let's begin. A tale of chaos.
Hello and welcome. This is NatChaos, where we spend an hour and a half procrastinating, not going to sleep, and playing some D&D. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe to our channel and podcast, and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter for updates and teasers. Finally, join the Chaos community. Links in the description below.
After a relaxing day at the carnival, the Cato party talked about the beautiful dragon that appeared in the sky and gave them a light show to remember. Now, on the way home, they hear an argument between a furbolg and an air genasi. They argue about not feeding the animals, which then change to the behaviors of the animals being strange. The air genasi introduced himself as Emery and continued to explain how the behavior of these creatures had no change to them, no unpredictability, no chaos. This was the consequence of their action. By taking out the Chaos God, this shifted the balance of order and chaos. After what seems to be an hour of religion talk, the group decides to go back home and talk to a god. Zaigan's deity, the all-seeing father, Savras. Zaigan, after talking to him, may have shed some tears, but got a rendezvous with the god. Yusef decides to show Emery around, which then led to them seeing these gremlin chicken nuggets. The night ended off with Zaigan and Laren sharing some feelings about the whole situation and talking about how they got each other's backs. And that's where the chaos continues.
And as the night goes by, not much happens. I was going to do like all of the swarm of tiny creatures like waking Yusuf up in the middle of the night, but
Well, we would have had the dome anyways, so
I mean, oh yeah, that's true.
they can't go through
Yeah.
those.
And you'll just wake up to like a bunch of creatures like biting into your dome. So that's not what happens.
Nom,
In the
nom.
morning, Rowan packs what little stuff she has into this backpack. And just gets ready to leave after maybe getting some biscuit for on the
Yeah.
road.
I pull the
Tupperware
biggest
of
feather out of my wings, and I say, for you to remember me when we come to save you from your basically corporate slavery.
Oh,
Okay, thank you.
Also,
I
so
will
that
use this as a
teleport
quill.
you
Is that
to-
okay?
I mean, I guess just keep it on you so that we can teleport to you, just in case like we don't know where you are exactly.
I understand. Yes, that completely makes sense. And
Oh.
she gives Bruiser like a tight hug, and she looks up and says, "Can you feel that yet?"
Feel well, I mean, I can register through my senses that you are in fact hacking me.
Yeah, but can you feel that though?
Goodbye, Rowan. I'll see you soon.
All right. I'll see you, B. I hope that your soul continues to like replenish and come back, and we'll see where we go from there.
Yes, I do hope so.
Don't die on me, any of you.
we'll try not to.
Don't you die either.
Yeah.
I'll be with Leafwalker. I doubt she'll want me to die, considering the amount of profit that I can make for her. But that's all right.
It's okay.
See you around.
She'll be the one on the menu soon enough.
Zaigan will just say,
The menu of the proletariat.
don't be a stranger, Rowan.
I'll get back. And I'll do a bit of research. Maybe try to find Baron and one of the, and try to bring the band back together. We'll see.
Feel free to send anything related to spells if you find anything.
I can give you that
Just-
spell scroll that I think you were talking about one time, if you want it.
Oh, which
And
one? Oh, wait.
the really expensive one.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, but they wrote up a copy for you in case you want it.
Oh.
Um,
That would be perfect.
but yeah, be careful. Anyways,
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
And I guess y'all are just gonna wait here during the day for
Well,
Savras.
yes.
I'll set up like a little picnic outside, like have like a little bit of benches.
Lunch.
We're just gonna, we just gotta set the mood, kind of the tone.
Zaigan, canonically, Zaigan went into town and bought pretzel sticks, and I came back
Pretzel
like,
sticks?
yeah, came back with
Do
like
you wanna-
Jokir would like to talk to Laren.
Varen. Okay.
Alright.
So Jokir said, like Jokir takes you aside from the picnic that they're having, and he says, "For what it's worth, I'm sorry," and it's like full of not regret, but a deep understanding of human pain.
Do I believe him?
Inside check.
Insight
I don't think
check.
he's stupid enough to lie. Like anything would pass this insight check. Can you? Okay, wait, Zach. This is a good question
Anything
though.
except for
If
that
you
one.
if you fail an insight check, do you
Two.
automatically think the other person is lying, or do you automatically think they're telling the truth?
I mean, it's an inside check against you, so it's up to you to decide.
Oh, okay.
I'll just
No
roll
matter. I guess
Are you letting me roll for
Just
it?
try
it doesn't
Honestly,
really
yeah,
matter.
make a roll for it.
Oh, that's actually pretty good. It's 24.
Oh. Okay, yeah. You seem to see that like he doesn't regret killing the gods, but he's seen loss before. He understands what it's like to be godless more than anyone else can, probably. And he knows what you're going through, even if he knows that he's part of the reason of what caused it.
Alright. Thanks. I don't know if I'm at the stage where I can really be comfortable with it, but for now I appreciate it.
I understand. I won't offer any cheap words about like converting or anything. I understand that your faith is your own. But I also hope you understand that your strength is your own as well.
Thanks.
I brought
And-
pretzel sticks.
By the way, Emery, sorry for bringing you into this whole mess.
I feel like we should apologize to anyone we bring in.
It's just, it's a lot, but you're in for a ride.
We're all in.
Oh, you should also probably meet this one. I'll summon Lois. So, I guess around you now, you see this snake, but it has like little wings, so it's a flying snake. So, you have this little snake you kind of like wraps around your arm and stuff. And yeah, this is my familiar Lois. You'll probably be familiar with that. But...
Lois is a new form.
Oh yeah. I just changed it up, especially since last battle, Lois kind of just went poof.
I hold out a pretzel stick.
Pretzel stick. Lois will happily take a pretzel stick. Just nom nom. Little bites. Can snakes digest that? We're not gonna get into the no. They can. It's fine.
We don't question it. We don't question it.
Okay.
At
I
this
guess we can
moment,
get ready.
a flurry of butterflies begin to swirl around where your picnic is. And each of them have like different colors, but they seem to form like strings the same color. And each of their wings have like small tiny eyes on the back of them. Well, they're not actual eyes, they're like patterns that appear to be eyes on them. And slowly, each of these like strings of butterflies begins to unravel, revealing a figure in a white silken hood. It has on its sleeves are like golden patterns, like circular patterns, And on the inside, you can see on one arm is the moon, like the pattern of the moon waning and waxing. And on the other is the sun on different brightnesses to show like the passage of seasons. And as the butterflies all move away, the deity Savras takes off the hood, and you can see a dark-skinned man with wow, what is this image? He has like dreadlocks, but the sides are like shaved off, and his eyes are pure white as of this moment. And he holds in his hand a staff that has an orb with floating eyes inside. I assume this is the Cato party.
Hello, my lord.
Hello, dear cleric. It is nice of you to send me a message and agree as well to let me come meet you. Now, there is
So-
much to discuss.
What god are you specifically? I know you're Savras, but what domain do you rule over?
I am lawful neutral, if that wording is of any benefit to you. I am the all-seeing deity and the Lord of Divination who lives in Arcadia alongside Azuth and Mystra, the goddess of magic and spells. Well, the other way around. Why do you ask?
We are. Jokir can be the face, but he can't be the face. I need people to tell me what I'm saying, guys.
That is fair. Okay.
I think before you saw, you can see that Zaigan's trying to hide in the crowd. He's trying to down. Just focus on eating. That's really speaking.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll speak up then if everyone's kind of. Anyways, we're in a bit of an I'm pretty sure you've already noticed that the world is at a little bit of an imbalance right now. Order's taken over a little bit too much and chaos is lacking, and I guess we're just somewhat to blame for this. And we're trying to find at least ways we can help restore this balance.
Let's see. I do apologize. I have not been keeping much watch over the world. I do appear to be asleep as of the moment, and this is just an avatar that I have made in my dreams. It appears that there aren't much worshippers of Savras anymore, or any other deity for that matter, during this time.
That's understandable. Well, sorry to disturb your sleep, I guess. I know it's not always the best. But I guess what we're trying to say is, would you have any idea on maybe how we can restore some sort of balance if there's a void of power within the gods? We were thinking of maybe turning and trying to find Eilistrae as a god we can trust, but it's a matter of just trying to figure out where to move from here.
Yes. Eilistrae is an old friend of ours, at least of the lawful deities. She was a good friend to Mystra, especially. In the past, when she was imprisoned by... what's her name? Lol. When that occurred, it was Mystra who helped her escape. And she has been blessed with the power of the weave ever since. Which, to mortals, I guess, is the source of all magic.
Oh. Okay, so that's pretty powerful. So would Mystra, or just anyone in general, know how we could find Eilistrae? Or...
Perchance I can summon her. What is it that you need from her?
I'll look around to the rest of the party. Well, I guess
One of our party
there's-
members has been marked by Loaf, and we need for the sake of like half of our party at this point, to correct a wrongdoing that has been perpetrated continuously throughout this world, as well as prevent an uprising against, I think, the gods.
Wait, I just realized. If I've been marked with Lilith, right? Does that mean that she can watch into everything that we're saying right now?
If she chooses to, she can.
Okay, goodbye. I grab Yusuf. I throw him into his pocket dimension.
I'm gonna go to the void. You guys go talk. Yeah.
I use Divine Expedition on him. He gets the fuck out of there.
But I think Bruiser is going to follow him there just in case. I'm very
Okay.
concerned that leaving Yusuf alone is a bad idea.
Okay, that's valid.
Man, how many of our party members have been brainwashed / cursed at this point? Too many to count.
Just you.
Two.
Too many to count.
Funny.
Now, what is this about having to restore chaos?
Counting
I'm
to
still
two.
I'm still a bit blurry as to the details of this.
Well, you like butterflies, so here I point at. I guess is there a local butterfly I can point to, Zach, for the point of
There
it?
probably is, yeah.
Thank you. I point at the butterfly. Was it moving weird?
All of them are.
Okay. Look. Does that look like a normal butterfly to you?
Well, this is me. That's how butterflies work in Arcadia.
Okay. Okay. Well, it's not supposed to be like that.
Okay. Normal is a
Um,
relative term, but once you have Eilistrae, what is the plan?
We need. Okay. The issue is that there's an imbalance in hell. Have you heard about this?
Uh, I've heard of it.
Have
We do
you
not
heard
know
the
the extent
name?
to which.
Okay. So the
Have you heard-
issue is that there's Loth and then a bunch of the demons who are trying to get access and power to overcome the devils and overthrow everyone else. The issue is that the devils have already gained about 2/3 the power of probably a lesser intermediate god, so they might be able to overthrow the demons and then overthrow everyone else. So we need to stop both the demons and the devils, or we can pit them against each other, but that probably won't work because it seems like Asmodeus has a lot of power. The point is, we need to do something about that, and we need Eilistrae's help.
Okay. Well, in terms of pitting them against each other, that has always been how things work. The deities are unable to take down any one side if one side should prevail.
The issue is that one side is probably now able to overcome the other.
That's the worry, per se.
And the deities have no power if that does occur. I doubt Eilistrae would be able to help at that point.
That's true. I think we actually need to kill Asmodeus first. That'll give us access to like the divine embers we need in case we might need more, in case we wanted to actually resurrect the demiurge, or it'll also give us the ability to like retain balance. But after killing Asmodeus, we'll probably have to immediately start like, or at least taking things back from Asmodeus, we'll have to probably immediately like rebalance hell via taking down Loth and what's his face too.
I don't think you quite understand the level of power Asmodeus has. Asmodeus has been able to freely walk in the golden halls of Celestia, untouched by any of the deities there. I think if you're fast enough to be able to restore chaos, and perchance we have some aid from the demons, not that we're asking them for any, but to restore like the amount of chaos that they have and allow them to fight back against the devils again.
I know this is a stupid question, per se, but which of the demon lords seem easily convince them to our side?
Probably Lolth. Lolth is the only one who cares about her people to a certain extent, to a very minor extent. The others do not. Like, the other demons do not care what you do about their underlings. I mean, they will fight back against the devils. That's always been the trend.
Okay. Second question. Well, multiple questions to be honest. Is it possible to just revive just the Demiurge? Or do we need all three?
It is possible to revive just the Demiurge. You'll have to find its body back in the astral plane and give it the divine embers it needs. That may be tough.
And how many would that be?
How many divine embers do you have?
We have 8 or yeah,
6.
You have 6.
oh, 6.
Is
Any more?
barely enough for. Give me a second. Let me find the actual name. For a quasi deity, that's lower than a demigod.
Okay.
Well, no, actually, that's enough for a demigod.
But not enough for a god of the level of Demiurge.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I'm very confused about how this works. You just said demigod, but demigods can be people.
yeah,
Demigods can be people. Yeah.
the
So
Demiurge
people
is,
can be raised to demigod status?
Baron was raised to demigod status.
I'm an intermediate deity, and I was once human.
Are all gods originally human?
That is not true. That's not the case. Some are chosen by Eo and given all of the divine embers needed. Some are created by other gods.
Does Zaigan know which ones were originally like plain touched?
Did Zaigan know? Do I need to roll a religion
No,
check?
no. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh,
I'm wondering if I know.
Oh, I see.
25.
Okay. You know probably at least one other god who was once human, and that is Zeus, the god of spells.
I relay that. I
What?
say
Why does that matter?
Because it's side characterization.
I mean, we don't have the resources to revive a Demiurge.
I'm just very confused because like we have people's souls who are in other planes, right? And we've also, some of us have absorbed divine embers.
Yeah.
Where does that leave us in terms of our humanity?
Still completely just the plain touch and immortal.
Okay,
You need worshippers to be
I
to
see.
become a deity.
that does make sense. I like not deity, but like demigod, I guess, because
Yeah,
like,
even demigods
Makes
have
sense.
at least like a few hundred worshippers just worshiping them. Yeah.
I mean, if you get the attention of Ao, you can be chosen. I said it out of character, Zachary, so don't even try.
Actually, we're just going the Twitter route.
Yeah, the Twitter route,
100. You get
You're
100 followers.
You're a verified deity.
Zaigan is going to kind of like
They're just really good Instagram people. Yeah. What?
Zaigan's going to like his posture is kind of like straighter, but his hands now like on his arm, kind of like gripping it tighter. Don't have the resources for Demiurge.
there are other chaos gods though, right?
Yeah, but we don't know.
There are. Eilistrae is one of them.
Eilistrae is one of them. Don't know where she
Can
is.
we have another god inherit that position then? If we give that god divine embers and boost like their power level or boost their domain?
the embers we have? Is that possible?
Probably. That deity will probably have to go against Asmodeus, perchance because he's trying to gain the Domain of Chaos as well and grab that portfolio, but
Now, my only worry
he
with
might
that,
not be either.
my only worry with that is that if anyone goes against Asmodeus, deity or not, the chance of Asmodeus wiping them out, or he has better chances than
Is there
us.
any way to reduce Asmodeus's power?
I will have to look into that. I will ask the other deities about this, but not quite sure if we have figured out anything. Perhaps there's a way to restrain them or surprise him with some form of magic that he's never encountered. But you mentioned, or at least I heard, that he teleports freely in Void Harrow, where supposedly no one can teleport. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Well, that place is protected by a high-level spell. It is a mythal that requires several spellcasters to make. Well, one deity can do it. But perhaps he
These-
has some form of resistance to the power of a mythal. Which I know Mistra has banned aeons ago. No 10th level spells or higher, says Savras in character.
Because of that one dude. Does Mr. really hate that one dude?
It's that one dude specifically.
That one
One
motherfucker?
dude?
The,
It
who
is not
cast
one
the 10th
dude.
level spell.
It is not one dude.
It's not one dude? Okay, that's pretty
That
cool. I
one
like
lady.
Are you asking?
that. Yeah, who casts the 10th level spell in this world?
Okay. It was a Netherese empire. One of them
God damn those
Chose.
netherese.
One of them chose to switch bodies with Mistra, and that caused the wave to go haywire.
Okay, yeah, that didn't help us at all. Anyways.
Well, yeah, but you asked, so might as
Were
well
the
tell you
celestial weapons made like eons ago?
celestial weapons?
Yeah.
Yeah, elemental.
Um,
Elemental
Elemental
weapons.
The elemental weapons were made quite a long time ago. It is rumored that they contain shards. No, not shards. Pieces of the shard of evil. That's why I can't say shards because it'll be confusing.
Is one of the elemental weapons a rod?
None of them are. Why do you ask?
Asmodeus is carrying a rod? Like it seemed really, really special. Do you happen to know of anything with that power?
No. But are you saying that he has the elemental weapons?
Well, he was attempting to collect them. He has at least one of them from 100 years ago.
Perchance he has collected all of them and reformed one of the pieces of the shard of evil.
What does the
Turned
shard
that
of
into a
evil
rod.
do?
It's what created the abyss, that's what I can tell you.
Just a single shard of it created the abyss?
Yep.
Coolios.
Okay.
But back to Eilistrae.
We were to talk-
Eilistrae has protected at least her location with spells like Sanctuary, which makes it difficult to find, at least in terms of spells. And yeah, and scrying doesn't allow you to do it as well. But I do know that it's in one of the forests. You'll probably have to find a place that has been changed because of her presence. An island, perhaps, that whose trees are like quite different. The bark is almost pure obsidian in color, and the trees are glowing a slight indigo radiance to them.
Okay, on a character question.
Yes.
On a character question. I remember you talking about this is totally random. It could be connected, but it could not be. But I remember you mentioning island where the necromancers went. You did describe the island a little bit, but I can't remember the exact thing you said for that island.
Oh, you're asking me as a DM.
Yes, I'm asking you as a DM. You said
That
three-
is the exact same description that I gave you.
Oh! What's
Oh,
so?
memory.
So wait, Zaigan would have known this. Oh. What session was it? When did I go there?
This was before returning to the temple the morning of. So if you're trying to look for notes, but you probably asked me.
No, I want to do this as I know this. As Zaigan, I know this. I will find it.
This. Ah, we're just vibing in the void.
The Crescent Isles.
Ooh.
Having a heart to heart.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Zaigan would just say, perchance it's just land called the Crescent Isles.
The what islands?
Yes.
So, back when we were in ILD, I went out in the early morning and I heard rumors. Much like the one I told you yesterday about the dragon, that the Capitol building, which was a dragon carcass, gone missing. I heard a rumor about 3 necromancers going to the exact same description of these islands called the Crescent Isles.
That. Okay, I don't know who Zach is, but great. I think
I never
that's
mentioned
worth
Zach.
investigating and looking
Are
into.
these the necromancers that got chased off by the Warforged?
Yes.
Everything is connected. All because of Meepo, guys. We're only here because of Meepo.
Meepo is the source of all life.
Meepo is the true chaos god. We have to defeat
Always
all
been.
the
It's
Divine
always
Empire.
been Meepo.
It's always
So-
been Meepo.
Always been.
Hey, how many Warforged would you say worship Meepo currently? At least 100.
None of them worship Meepo.
God damn it.
So
They all
you're-
want to kill Meepo. Excuse me.
So you're it is possible for us
First
to
nat 20 of the campaign.
it is possible for us to parlay with Eilistrae if we go to
Perchance.
How strong is Eilistrae, would you say, in terms of weak, intermediate, or greater deity?
Eilistrae is a lesser deity.
Oh god. So we have options then, because both Eilistrae and Commune are technically chaos gods.
I mean, Eilistrae has more information for us.
That's true.
If we
It's just who we force feed fucking Divine Emperors to at the end.
or we don't force feed any yet, just get information and then pick our allies from there.
Well, we need to make a chaos god, and we don't have enough to make one from scratch.
We don't need to. We need to just figure out what to do. Maybe Eilistrae has something for us?
No, wait, didn't he just say that, like, we need to make a chaos god because otherwise Asmodeus will take it?
Asmodeus is
Well-
fighting for the domain.
Domain of chaos. So we need to make one to fight back.
Is this something Bruiser said, Parker?
Well, no, because I'm
We're
in a
in the
different
void.
place.
Yeah.
Okay.
We could just get more. Sorry, I heard that in my head.
At this moment,
Fine.
you get a text. Can I come back now?
No, stay
Oh.
there.
I could
How do you
do a
have
telepathic
signal?
link thing. So
What?
then, I don't know if they can read into my mind, but I assume not. I'll stay here.
I think
Aren't Bruiser and Yusaf like at least talking? Maybe.
Yeah.
No, it's
I-
super awkward
Get to
actually.
that,
Just
yeah.
sitting quiet silence.
But I imagine like we also I'd use like telepathic bond just as a precaution.
I'm going.
So then it's telepathic rather than just someone who can listen in.
I think
Uh,
I need to press it. is a good starting point.
Wait, let's clear up all our plot hooks first. So,
Okay.
is there any way that we can get back our friend? What's his face?
Agile.
Agile from
Bro.
Fraser Blue.
You already know that. You can go into the plane of emotion
Yeah,
and
we already know
retrieve
that.
the 3 core memories, because Inside Out, but also Lolth is there.
So
I guess this is a good time to talk to Eilistrae then. If we're going
Other
to
plot hook.
have to deal with LOL.
I need to refer to my great paint. I literally I have been drawing fucking shit in MS Paint right now.
oh,
Oh yeah. Do you know of a mortal named Fastrada Leafwalker?
Yes, whatever.
Is she planning anything that is greater than the size of the mortal plane currently? She seemed to
Absolutely
want
not.
up.
She
No.
only wants money.
Okay. Is she dangerous?
She's running out of money.
That sounds like
I
she's
think
dangerous.
someone's
and we
about to
should
take
eat
the blame
rich.
from it.
Is Rowan going to take the blame from it?
No.
Who is the scapegoat?
Yusuf is.
I'm fine with this. I'm
I
fine
am
with
too.
this. Yusuf can't hear any of us. Yusuf can't hear any of
Wait.
us. I'm fine with this.
Wait, how is that gonna work? What?
I have no idea,
How is
but
it
I
going to
point at
play out?
everyone. I say, keep your goddamn mouth shut. We're throwing Yusuf to the wolves.
You know, you can hear Zaigan just saying under his breath, "This kind of deserved it."
I turn to him and I say, I caught you. That was a test of friendship. How dare you?
Oh.
Wait, Leafwalker is planning to frame, or at least scapegoat. What?
Leafwalker's planning to frame Yusuf or something.
Oh, we don't know what that something is.
Because she's running out
Okay,
of money.
I thought I missed it. Okay.
So here's the thing. We either go to the Crescent Isles, talk to Eilistrae, come back, and probably get jumped by 15 bajillion Leafwalker bitches, or we get Leafwalker now and then we go to the Crescent Isles. I don't know what type of deadline we're on.
The Leafwalker is technically on the path to the Crescent Isles. The Crescent Isles is in the region 1.
Wrong.
Well, also we have portaling.
No.
I guess we have to go anyways because we can't
Oh,
portal.
wait,
straight there.
she moved to fake up, right?
But the point is, she doesn't know we know. So this is probably the best moment we'll ever have to take her down, knowing what she wants.
How about we get this? We're not going to tell him that part. We're
Why
just gonna-
not?
No. I poke my head through the portal or whatever we've made, and I say, "Hey,
Oh.
Yusuf, make a telepathic bond with
what's
me."
happening? Oh, right now, or
I mean,
Yeah, no, right
I'm-
now.
just you or everyone else? Because
I mean,
Because I
Just
can, like-
me, I guess, because some people kind of hate you.
oh,
I mean,
sure. Should I use a spell for this, or should I just conjure? Should I do a what's it called?
Actually,
Ritual
wait,
first.
I can fucking mind speak.
Yeah, you
I'm
can
so
mind
stupid.
speak.
Don't use
Why
your spell
you-
slot.
Okay. Hi.
I'm just gonna talk into your
what's
mind.
happening
And
over there?
Okay, so basically what's happening is we found out a bunch of things. We
Oh.
know where people are. I'm scared that your
Wait,
mind can be read,
peop-
but the
people
people we're
or-
looking for, specific people that we're looking for,
Oh yes, the people
But
we are.
the
looking
issue
for.
is that we also discovered a plot to possibly frame you and bring
Oh.
you down by rich people that we want to kill. The bitch.
what
It's
the-
the bitch.
But why? What does she?
I have no idea, but she probably doesn't know we know. But we just wanted to include you in this conversation, you know.
Could I send a sending?
Do we-
Could I send? I'm gonna ask this out loud. Would it be smart to send a sending to Rowan to look into this?
Yes, it would. That's very cool.
Who are? I can't hear that. Can I? No.
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 I
Okay,
I will send the sending later.
Should
Not
we?
all together. I mean,
Is this
I
probably what the trial is?
I
the
think-
whole spider thing?
I think it's safe for him to come back now. We're done.
I'll just kind of look over to Bruiser.
But we don't want to
Should-
pass the trial, though.
I know, but that is fair. Wait.
I'm not
But we
hearing
do
this,
want to
right?
kill
Yeah,
Leafwalker.
you're not hearing this.
So
You're just
you
used to staring
just-
at each other.
Bruiser, you can come back through the portal. I'm just gonna link minds, and if he stops talking for a while, we'll know that he's been taken by something.
Oh.
Would it not be better to prevent that from happening in the first place?
Well, yeah, but you need to be included in this conversation, and this seems like a very roundabout way of having a conversation.
I mean,
I'm
he-
merely
just
trying to take the
telepathic
most
bond with
efficient course of
everyone,
action.
We have like 8 people, right?
That's true. Everyone through the
help.
portal right now.
Okay, so
And then we
I'll
all
come
talk-
back.
No, don't come back.
I
The
won't
god
come
is
back.
still here.
Okay, so everyone come through.
I'm going.
Okay, hi.
I'm actually gonna stay with Savras.
We'll be back,
Okay.
sir.
I'm gonna stay.
Okay, so I guess
I'm gonna stay with Savras.
whoever comes over through, I'm gonna set up like a ritual spell of telepathic bond, so then we're all telepathically linked now. for
Are
the
you
next
sure she
hour.
can't? Sorry. Are you sure she can't read our minds?
Well, I'm hoping she can, because from what I am assuming, she can just kind of have like a little eye or something, or she can just kind of listen in. But I feel like if she could read our minds, then
You wouldn't need any of that.
she
makes
wouldn't
sense.
need anything. Just, you know, I feel like.
Right.
Okay.
I understand.
Yeah.
I've got to go
'Cause-
in person.
Okay.
I will see y'all later, but
Okay.
find out whatever. I think we should eat the rich. That's all.
Okay.
Hey, Josh.
Guys,
Gosh.
okay, here's the incentive to go after Leafwalker. If we go after Leafwalker, I will feed her to Zaigan's little monster boys. That's it. Thank you. Goodbye.
Oh.
Hi, Josh.
So Jokir just mentioned something about like Leafwalker, I'm guessing, and
It's just-
like something with framing.
Are you back?
Oh, we're all on the void side, so this would be everyone. So that'd be everyone except for I guess Zaigan and.
This is an out loud conversation.
No, this is a telepathic bond conversation.
Okay. All right. Just making sure.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not really sure. Shouldn't you guys give a little more insight, or should I even be given insight?
What was your question?
That's a good question. I think I'm just a bit overwhelmed right now. So we know where to find Eilistrae, right? I think Jokir
Possibly.
mentioned something like that, possibly. So are we going through with that? What did you guys decide?
We haven't decided yet.
Well, that's the reason why we're here
Oh,
talking to you
I
to
see.
figure out what we're going to do.
Okay. Well, right now, I guess it all kind of points over to Eilistrae. If we need to get through Lolth, I'm guessing she'll have something. If we need to learn more about like these older magics, I'm guessing she has something. Going through Lolth helps us get to Agile, and if we can align with Eilistrae, then that gives us something against Fraz. And then if we have this whole struggle with Asmodeus and like Fraz and everything and the demons, we have the possibility of trying to work with Fraz, but I know that's not going to go well. But I don't know. There's a lot of options here, but it seems like we still need to go to Eilistrae. I don't know what this whole Leafwalker is going on though, because we always knew Leafwalker was kind of sketchy, but like I don't know where that fits in right now.
Well, people in power will often do anything that they can in order to keep that power. I imagine that if she's losing her wealth, which is the source of her power at the moment, it could end quite disastrously.
How about what do you think about this, Emery? I know you're kind of just new to this whole situation.
Jumping right in there.
I just
You're
I
muted.
don't know. Thoughts? It's a whole situation, right?
Thoughts again. I mean, very for I've heard of this people character. I think that it would be great to do this small trial from adventure services.
don't know if anyone else is having trouble hearing, but
I
I'm
am also having
hearing
trouble.
now.
Yeah, the audio is a bit.
Oh, you can't. Okay.
There we go. You're
Yeah.
good now.
We
Oh,
can hear
there,
that.
suddenly great.
Okay. It could be that it's just quieter.
Oh no.
Well, I guess based on what I've heard from this Leafwalker character, it would be great to free this child from indentured servitude as long as that brings us closer to resurrecting a chaos god so we can fix the shit that's going on in the forest. So I would be for that first.
Emery is just Captain Planet, basically.
Hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
Actually, whilst they are all talking, I'm gonna have a word with Savras.
Now, dear cleric, we have a lot to catch up on.
We do, but first, if the options all don't work out, then we do have to turn to Loth. You and I both know.
Yeah. Working with the demons is not really the best thing in the world. But perchance there are other allies out there.
Could be, but
You know,
why?
the dawn of time, Pool, the land of magic, was actually created by gods. The land of technology was not. Do you know that?
I do.
And perchance whoever made the other land could have helped. It's a long stretch.
It is, but for my sake, it's the only stretch I got.
It's better than Loth.
It is better than
Who knows what she's up to? Who knows what Asmodeus is up to either?
Loth is probably watching over your Corvus over there. She wants him. Who knew
Well,
that one of my greatest, who I thought would be my greatest enemy, would be your friend?
yeah. And in the end, that's really all we have. And we get what we can get. Friends, true friends, are rare. They're talking to me. Azuth is one of my great friends, and he trapped me in this scepter here for who knows how many years, and I only recently got out. And we're working together. There's also very few deities out there, and much less friendly ones, so
Right. I'm sorry.
that's understandable. Maybe one day the gods will wake up again. And we won't abandon you. But until then, something is just trying to seep away at our power. And the god of chaos is not the first one to go.
It's a stretch, but I'll try it. Not get myself looped into. Try to keep my power safe.
I won't be able to visit often since I don't have the power or the energy or the resources for this, but I'll try to be back. Anyways, go find Eilistrae. I suspect both will be around the corner. And if I can't be of any help, maybe the other gods can. Maybe the dragons.
If I were, is it possible? And then I just turned to him. Is it possible for me to commune with a time dragon?
I think so.
Oh. Guess I can get
Anyways,
an ally.
Are we? If we're talking about dragons, last night, I was gonna say this, but then I had to move laundry. I think he looked up stuff about the dragon that we saw. Like, did you find anything out? Or?
oh, okay. Make an investigation check.
Oh, that's a 7. I guess not.
Dragons are pretty.
Yeah.
There's common information about them. The chromatic and the metallic dragons, they weren't really like friends to each other, but the chromatic dragons, being more in tune with like the elements, were kind of gotten rid of during the time when people were still against all of the elementals, Genasi's included, and a lot of the dragons either died or went back into their home planes, and they just disappeared in Ghoul. And seeing that danger, a lot of the metallic dragons followed suit. And who knows how many dragons there are out there. There have been sightings, kind of like Bigfoot sightings. I forget what they're called, but they say that there's still at least one dragon out there.
Like cryptids?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Thank you.
Yes.
I may be stupid, but what is the connection between the elemental weapons and like the elemental planes? Are they from a certain...
So basically, in the world of Gull, there are 6 planes of
Okay.
elements. There is fire, water, air, earth, light,
Dark and light.
dark, and light. Each of these have like a specific like weapon that kind of like holds that power.
Okay.
Yeah.
And those are in art or
Those are now in the possession of the Lord of the Devils,
Asmodeus.
Asmodeus.
okay.
Yeah, and that's bad.
Right.
So
The fucker who's trying to become a chaos god. Yes?
yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. So just as a note, when you guys, if you guys are going to Eilistrae,
Before you finish, I do want to come into the Void Herald to come join you guys. Let me finish this and I'll join y'all.
oh okay.
Okay, bye.
I will say, I'll try to call as often as I can. I need help.
I will be asleep, but I'll try to answer.
I know you will. Thank you.
Okay. Again, bring some worshippers back to me. I do need some food.
I will try. But
Pretzel sticks.
I offer him pretzel sticks.
Not that type of food.
Well, I tried.
I appreciate the effort. Anyways, I shall be off. Stay safe.
Okay.
And then I'll
Join us.
stay there for a bit and then join y'all.
As you join us, I'll do a whole other telepathic bond ritual and join you in the link.
Oh, okay.
Huh?
I was gonna say you don't need to.
Well, if you're joining us, might as well, just to be safe. Just, I guess, as a big note, considering we're going to be handling, I guess, pretty sensitive information and probably going over to Eilistrae, right? Should I probably
I will
stay back?
I will say this. I'm not gonna even hide the option of this anymore. If all other options don't work, we all know what we have to do.
Do we? I don't know.
No,
I don't know.
I look at Laren and Yusuf. You have to turn me over.
Do we need to though?
if all other options don't work.
I feel like
What?
Agile didn't sacrifice himself for that.
But I also know now there is a possibility I can commune with the other dragon, with possibly the dragon of time.
Okay, that's actually a good thing then.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know the extent of the sensitive knowledge I should be handling now, especially if we're going to be handling Eilistrae. It might be best that I stay back here, maybe do some preparations just for
I think
time being.
for precaution's sake, to not reveal where Eilistrae is for Lolth, it's best for Yusef to stay here. Not to say that he's weak or anything, but the spy of the group involuntarily will leak where Eilistrae
That
is.
is fair.
And
I'll try to do some research on my own, but
yeah,
so we'll see.
Are we 100% certain that Lolth is not aware we're going to see Eilistrae? Because it is entirely possible
Well-
she will spy on the rest of us.
Well,
anyway.
we know that she probably knows that we want to search for Eilistrae because we haven't been really thinking about this whole spy situation. But I don't know if she knows that we know exactly where to find her.
yeah.
Alright.
I think from what we know, this extent knowledge that we know is that we know that she knows we know about Eilistrae, and that we
It's
we
a matter
know
of,
that she knows.
Yeah.
We know
Yeah.
that she knows.
yeah,
it's
but
just a rush to see who can find her first, and I don't think, yeah.
so and we're just going to assume that we're all talking in our minds.
Yes.
So, Question Isles we go. And I'll try to keep Yusef in a loop
Okay.
with sending. So prepare for voices in your head.
We have a group chat. Oh wait, no, sending makes it so then I don't have to actually see it. Yes, wait. Okay, that's smart. Also, as long as it's on the same plane, telepathic bond does last, but it only lasts for an hour, so I don't know if that's something we want to play with. But
I think
yeah.
I think sending would be, although it's limited,
Probably ideal.
ideal.
Okay, that's fair.
So Yusef will be here.
I'll try to, I guess, search up on spells and figure out some sort of non-detection thing. I don't know.
When is Felix coming back?
That is a good question. I've been trying to update him on things over text. I just haven't heard back because he's still over it.
Yeah, he's probably returning by the end of the week. Weeks
Oh!
in D&D calendars are 10 days long, and you've rested for about like 5 to 6 days.
Yep.
I see.
So we have 4 days.
So about
Yeah.
half a week.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
It sounds like a good idea for you to stay with Felix for the time being.
Time being.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Here's some advice I can give you.
I'll try to make this little bit of a more useful void, I guess.
Yeah, and also in the case we do get found by you know who, if she's still watching, I say run.
If anything, I'd probably go into the void, shut the bag behind me, and hope for the best. So, if you don't see anything back at home, just ask Bruiser to open a portal, probably.
Yep.
All right.
Can you open a portal here? Do you want to just try just to see if it's possible for now at the time being, like a portal that connects, like, because we're outside of the
Sure.
sphere, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Like-
I'm going to have to sort of step onto the other side. I mean, it's not a question of whether I can open one here. It's a question of whether I can open one from
One plane
back
to
where
another.
we are.
I see. Do
Right.
you want to give
Yeah.
it a try?
So I think Bruiser like steps through the bag and heads back to the other side. And he's going to try and make a portal.
To the void, Harold.
Yes, to the void.
Outside of the circle area where the
Outside
bag
of
is.
the circle area.
This is a place that you're familiar with by now.
I think so.
I've been making it homey. You can kind of see things.
I mean, we've
Well,
been,
okay.
like,
I am
we've been-
worried. I am worried if I am like in a similar area, then it might try and like I don't know, put me somewhere I'm not supposed to be, or try and put me in the circle where we can't have anything teleporting.
I mean, it's for now we can prepare. Because
Okay.
Well, can you, what's it called, just open the portal then send an echo through?
Yeah.
Okay.
I should be able to.
Yeah. I'm gonna let.
Do you want to just go?
Bruiser finish this, and I'll say something.
Well, if I open a portal, like, if you're there and you're in trouble, you can come through.
Yeah.
Sorry, if I open a portal and you're there and you're in trouble, then you should be able to come through.
True. Okay, so are you going to try to make this portal?
Yes. Not permanently, just in order
Yeah,
to
for
ensure
sure.
that I'm able to.
It's a bit tough at first. It seems to be like there's like a denser thing to like pierce through, but after a couple of, well, actually one try, it takes longer for you to like break through that barrier. You're able to create a portal into Void Harrow, at least outside of the sphere.
Okay, we know that works.
Bruiser sends his echo. No, that's not character voice. Bruiser sends his echo through.
Can we see? Can we see the echo?
Can they see the portal? Did it show up where I wanted it to?
Yes.
Oh, okay,
I mean,
okay,
it works.
it works.
I would say.
It works.
Bruiser himself steps through the portal and immediately closes it.
Okay.
I would say. Prepare for today. Leave tomorrow.
Before that, oh, sorry, continue.
What's I don't know. If, I think it was just me and him. It's a race against time in terms of who can get to Eilistrae first. Us against Lost.
Mm-hmm. You might also run into Vintra, so that's something to think
I
about.
mean, it's inevitable that we will be going against the Clayborns, which is the evil guild.
Emery, you can fight, right? I just want to make sure we're
Actually-
not just bringing you into just.
Point of order. Emery, would
Oh.
you like to come with us?
Oh, that is true.
We don't want to spring you into everything. I know it's been a lot in the past few hours.
Yeah,
Going from animals to gods and
yeah.
demonic struggles.
Yeah, to be honest, I've never spoken to a god before, or had to, I don't know, go all of this, but I can't go back to where I was until this is fixed, and I'm still a little bit iffy on whether it's your fault, all of you, who did this, but
Not me. I say.
It's dead.
well, the rest of it then. But I don't necessarily trust you to do this by yourself. So I'm coming with you. And I don't know, you don't exactly live in the woods as long as I have, and you haven't learned the thing with me. So I hope I'll be able to hold my hand.
I mean, we are the most untrustworthy people. It might be better if we have a supervisor. Points to Emery.
You can talk to animals, right?
Yes.
Okay, before
My
Nathan,
headphones did a weird thing.
before Nathan
Sorry.
before Nathan says anything, I thought he was going to say this. Can you talk to me back with the animals in my box?
Oh,
And
no.
he
Well-
he summons the animals. Oh my god, this
One
guy,
by
he's
one, yes.
he's the worst. You know, he let me die.
Well, one thing is, you guys could also take Lois with you. I don't think that, what's it called, Loth is watching over Lois, specifically. I wouldn't have a connection because it'd be too far, but if you guys wanted that extra companion, that is an option.
Nathan is just playing Lois next session. That's
Yeah, that's what I'm
That's
hearing.
number 6.
Yeah.
Nathan won't even be here.
Yeah. He'll just
We'll
be
just
texting. He'll be
text
like,
him, we'll be
Lois
like-
is flying to the right.
Yes.
I would
We
say
should live stream just for Nathan.
Just
I
for
would-
that, yes.
I would say yes, but also no.
Okay. You guys have enough things to handle things. I trust you
I
guys.
would say yes, but no. You guys
Just
have
no.
enough things to handle
Handle
things.
things. Specifics, yes.
I mean, I'm okay with Lois coming along if that gives you any sort of comfort. Unless you would want Lois there with you,
watch.
just in
True.
case.
I guess yeah. I have to watch out over the house and everything. It
I
might
think
be
it's
good.
better for
You-
you to keep Lois here, and
That's fair.
have them be a sentry outside, like inside the house while you're in Void Harrow.
That's good.
Right. Or you may be able to send Lois to us in the event of an emergency. If you do get into some trouble.
True. Yes. We'll see.
Okay. When are you planning to do this? This is a good question.
We
You
are
guys.
planning to go in tomorrow, so the rest of the day we are preparing, buying health potions, selling stuff, buying stuff. I would like us to be as prepared as possible. So if we need to, I'm willing to spend all my money to give you guys health potions.
Okay.
Wow, us being prepared, such a new one. That's so
Wow.
novel.
That's
Yeah,
so new.
right?
This is character development, guys. Whoa.
Look, man. Zaigan character development, okay?
First learning about the
Emery raises his hand. Is like, I can also cure wounds. Helps.
Yo. Okay.
Really?
I
Really?
looked at Emery. You are. I looked at Emery and put my
The
hands
more
on.
healers there are, the better, sir.
No. This is good. I looked at Emery. I put my hands on their shoulder and be like, "You are needed, very needed."
Emery removes his hands.
There's a strange man touching me.
I mean, okay.
I
So
would prefer not to be, but if it's necessary.
Did
yeah.
did I get that spell scroll from Rowan?
Yes.
Do I know what the spell scroll is? Because Nathan forgot exactly what the spell scroll is.
It's the 9th level Path to
Ninth
Light
level.
spell.
The 9th. Okay.
oh, the only problem is we don't bring Nate. We can't do tiny hut.
Tiny hut.
Yeah.
Um.
We lose a lot of utility. Out of character.
Wow, wait. I'm
Oh,
just
no.
thinking Yusef is actually useful in this scenario.
Whoa.
Wow.
Convenient that the one time I'm useful, I can't be there. Oh no.
Convenient at the time we needed Zaigan, he wasn't there either.
How do you
Payback.
guys do this?
Payback. No, I
I
think
planned this out. That's what happens.
I think it's okay. Yeah.
Well, you can always get like normal tents. I don't know, and just watches.
Yeah. Well, I think we will have to do watches.
Normal.
If needed, you can also just portal back. You guys have.
I don't want to
portals?
waste charges, even though
That
they
is also
recharge.
fair.
Okay, I think. Just
Time for preparations.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You can probably send me those things over the week, like what things you want to
Okay.
buy, and I'll tell you whatever prices, any magical items. I forgot to say that Emery, you will probably have like one magical item of your choice that's rare or less in terms of rarity.
Buy a cat.
Eh.
A magical cat. Like, hear me out. Yes.
We have enough animals in the party.
No.
Literally and figuratively.
Yeah.
Can I think about it, or
Yeah. Like over the week, you can just send them to me. But I guess, is anyone gonna be talking to people like before leaving for the portal?
I want to do something really quick. Okay, I
Oh.
want to go to the. This is the first time I'm gonna do this. So if anyone wants to like just watch me do it, go ahead. I'm gonna actually just. You know what? I'm gonna say this in character. Before we go, might as well just take a peek at what Leafwalker is doing. And I'm gonna bring out a silver mirror. Is that the right?
Wait, do we need to do this on the normal plane? Because right now we're in the void area.
I'm going to the normal plane, and I'm going.
Okay, let's go back.
Let's all go back. Why are we all here? Let's go back.
Go
So-
back to the normal house.
Let us see. I'll take a look at what Leafwalker's doing and probably gain information. There. So
Okay.
Zachary, I'm gonna bring out a silver mirror,
Mhm.
and I'm just going to cast. Well, I'm gonna like wave my hand, like, and then a sigil appears, a glyph of scrying appears on my hand, and I go and I like wipe it across the silver mirror, and it just pastes onto the mirror, and I cast scrying. I don't know if this will work, but I'm gonna scry on Leafwalker.
And let me read through this because it's the first time anyone has casted Leafwalker. First time
I
anyone
cast
casted scrying.
Leafwalker.
Let's hope she doesn't have any like
So
non-protection
exciting.
stuff.
Oh my god.
Really hope she has a low roll.
Okay, Zachary, I want to ask this connection-wise. Bruiser is a Bruiser a property of Leafwalker, like the body of Bruiser?
Huh.
That's
no.
No.
No. He is
After
not.
Bruiser
Let's
gained
hear
his
someone
rights.
Yeah. He
No.
was built by Leafwalker Industries, but
That's
technically,
that's what I meant, like in terms of that, like
yeah, that's what I was wondering.
yeah. Have I
Property,
met
no.
have I met Leafwalker? I have.
Leafwalker has made a lot.
I
of
have.
Stuff. Like,
Yeah.
I have met Leafwalker.
Yeah.
Oh, I have
You have
met
during the spelling bee?
No. At the Heart of the Star.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You met him once,
I have met the
Okay.
target.
so it's a +0 to the save modifier.
That's also a -4 because of Bruiser possession.
-4 because he's not a possession. What?
Damn it. What does it mean by
Body part, lock of error.
what does it
Yeah,
mean by
no, I'm
what does it mean by
sorry.
likeness?
Do you have a picture of him?
What is a
We can
likeness?
just Google up a picture of
Yeah.
like your Wikipedia page.
Or
Yeah.
Bruiser can pull up like a 3D scan.
Yeah.
I
Conjure minifigures.
I kind of like do the glyph and look at the picture while doing this.
Okay.
Does that work?
I will. Yep.
Oh, yeet!
What is your save?
16.
It's a bit blurry. But as you continue to concentrate on this spell, the
it work?
office, which is familiar to Bruiser, appears at the scrying mirror. And currently,
Uh-huh.
she's talking with a familiar Loki buff tiefling, also named Felix. Can you hear what she says?
I can choose to hear it and not see it. So seeing
I didn't ask you that, but sure. Do you want to see or hear?
so I want to see first, and seeing that I'm gonna switch to hearing.
Okay. Sorry, but I really just have. That's the case. Well, I guess I'll just have to. I'll take it. I'll resign. Well, that means you won't have your artificer support materials, and you won't have your mining license anymore. Is that gonna be alright? Yeah. I think it'll be worth it. But you watch your back. Because I might take this without a fight, but he won't. And then he leaves. And that is where we're gonna end today's session.
Oh
How
my
about throw
god.
hands?
Oh my god!
How about
Bro,
throw hands?
God.
Okay,
Yes!
I did not expect that to work. And so continues their story of chaos, as these unlikely heroes unfold the mysteries that hide in the world of Alpaz. Thank you for listening to this session of Alpaz First Ascension. Keep a lookout for our next sessions on the NatChaos channel, where we release episodes every Saturday. We do not own the music. All music and sound effects belong to Michael Ghelfi and Kevin MacLeod. Please support them with the links in the description down below. Thanks for watching.